Hola, Arsenal fam. I bid you peace and a lot of happiness on this Wednesday afternoon following the news. It's old news now that Newcastle United has accepted a bid from Arsenal Football Club for the transfer of their talisman, their midfielder, their captain, their best player, Bruno Guimaraes. This is great news for Arsenal fans. So naturally, we turn our attention to the other big transfer that's been eclipsing the transfer of Bruno Guimaraes, that is the exploration of Vinicius Junior to Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal fans unanimously would love to have Vinicius Junior at Arsenal. I mean, that's a given. I would love to have Vinicius Junior at Arsenal Football Club. The question I'm asking you is that, do you believe that Vinicius Junior wants to come to Arsenal Football Club? Does he want to wear this badge? Does he want to don the Arsenal shirt and fight for the club on that pitch? That is a question that we're, exploring today. Or do you think that this is just a ploy, just plan B? This is just a means to leverage contract negotiations with Real Madrid and to have something to fall back on in the event that Real Madrid does not yield to his demands. Does he really want to turn the page on Real Madrid, come to Arsenal Football Club, have a new fresh start, don the Arsenal shirt, and compete for titles at Arsenal Football Club? Or do you think this is just, a plan B, whatever happens, just an option? If Real Madrid, does not pay me, the wages that I would like, then, if Arsenal Football Club is willing to do that, then, you know what, I'll go to Arsenal. And that's what I would like to, discuss here. There's nothing more gratifying as fans of a club to see a player that we're exploring or a player that we're seeking to sign show a level of enthusiasm that they want to come to this club, that they want to come to Arsenal Football Club, our club. And we've seen that time and time again. We've seen it in Declan Rice just a few years ago. Declan Rice was the captain of West Ham United. This is long before they got relegated. And he gave up the captaincy armband to come to Arsenal the same year that West Ham United won the Europa Conference League. He wanted to come to Arsenal to compete for a title, and he has done that and helped us win the English Premier League after a drought of 22 years. You look at another captain in Christian Nogard. He left the captaincy armband at Brentford to come to Arsenal Football Club. Now, we all know that last year he didn't get the minutes that he would have loved. And he is on his way to Everton now. And we wish him, well. But he wanted to come to Arsenal Football Club. And many others. If you look at Christian Mosquera, he wanted to come to Arsenal Football Club. If you look at Piero Incapia, he wanted to come to Arsenal Football Club. If you look at Victor Gyökeres had an agreement, a verbal agreement with his former club, Sporting Lisbon, to that if at the end of the year, if an offer came in, then they would allow him to leave. And when Arsenal came for him, he told Sporting Lisbon, I want Arsenal. I don't want anyone else. Don't even entertain any offers from any other club. I only want Arsenal Football Club. In fact, he told Arsenal that he was willing to give up 2 to 3 million, to facilitate the deal. Just make it happen. And that's the kind of enthusiasm that we want to see from a player. Look at Eberechi Eze. He was about to sign for Tottenham Hotspur. He was about to put ink to paper. And he called Mikel Arteta. Hey, I just want to check. I'm getting ready to sign here. I just wanted to make sure that there was, no chance for me to come to Arsenal. And thankfully, they made it happen. Imagine. And Eze today is an Arsenal player. Welcome home. You look at Kepa Arrizabalaga. He was once the most expensive transfer as it relates to a goalkeeper. He was willing to come to Arsenal last year for $5 million. And he knew that he was going to be the backup to David. Many others, you look at Saka. Saka could have explored many opportunities, but he stayed loyal to his boyhood club. Okay? You look at players like Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, the heart of our defense, right? They could have explored other opportunities, but they stuck with Arsenal Football Club. And you have to love that. You have to love that. You look at a young player like Max Dowman. He's committed to Arsenal Football Club. You look at, I believe, MLS, Lewis Kelly also had extended or re-signed a contract. And many, many others, right? And this shows that they want to build something with the club. You know, when all these years when we didn't win anything, it would have been easy for them to explore another opportunity or go sign for another club, but they stuck with Arsenal. And this is the type of, you know, signs that you'd want from a player. But I understand. I totally understand that Vinicius Junior is at another level. And I understand that because he is in contract negotiations, you know, he cannot act in the same manner that maybe Declan Rice or even Bruno Guimaraes had said he only wanted to come to Arsenal. And now he is an Arsenal player. So I hope that we'll be able to get Vinicius Junior to Arsenal. And I hope that he is willing to turn the page on Real Madrid and start over in North London and help us compete for titles for many years to come. So let me know what you think. Does he really want to come to Arsenal Football Club? Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.